How can I? 3 words that can make a big difference in your life. Now, when a lot of people try to take on something new, something they've never done before, the mental shutters completely lock down. They will find every reason why they aren't suitable, why they're not skilled, why everybody else is an expert but them, and they will put that kind of situation up on a pedestal, make it too far out of reach, and they will give up before they start. Now, if you use your brain against you by asking yourself, why should anybody listen to me? Why should anybody read my book? Why should anybody watch my videos? Your brain has a brilliant knack of coming up with answers for that. And it won't come up with just only one answer, it'll come up with a ton of answers. It'll say, you're probably not good looking, you don't come across well in video, you can't write. Do you remember that time that English teacher said that your English was horrible, your grammar was terrible? Do you remember the last websites you put together? Do you remember how they just completely disappeared off Google? Do you remember how ugly they looked? Do you remember nobody came to visit your pages? You know, when you ask yourself a question like that, you know, why you can't do something, as I said, your brain will go into overdrive. It will give you more answers than you can use. And you know, when you have all that evidence in front of you, you know, it's only natural just to say, you know what, you're right, I should give up. I'm not an expert. You know, these people are far better skilled than I am. They can create better websites, or they can write better than I can. So who am I to kid myself to think that I could do it? Now, this is where the how can I question comes in, and it can turn around that kind of negative train of thought that your brain is going through. So, if I said to myself, as I'm doing these videos today, now, if you don't know much about these video series or this podcast series, what I planned to do was, I planned to do 2 videos per day, and in a year's time I hope to have over 700 of these videos done. So it's a big task. I don't know if I'll get there, but I'm going to try and do it. Now, when I started off and I had this huge goal ahead of me, I said to myself, well, the negative part of my head said to me, there's no way you can do that. There's no way you can come up with 700 topics. There's no way you're even that good on camera. You know, you say the odd word, the odd wrong word. Sometimes you might mumble. You know, how do you think you could create 700 videos? But if I had listened to that negative part of me, I wouldn't be doing these videos right now. But instead, I had used the how can I question to do it. So how can I create 700 videos in a year? So again, I had given myself a task of doing 2 videos per day, which is no mean feat. Now, when I had asked myself, how can I do these videos? You know, I've got other things I need to do. I've got a family life, you know, kids and everything. So sometimes my time is limited. So how can I find the time to do that? So I had listened to Ben Settle before, and he had mentioned that he records content sometimes when he's out walking his dog, and he simply just pulls out his iPhone and talks to camera. So that was the solution to my answer. I could simply just record these videos as I'm walking my dog. How could I do 700 videos in a year? Just simply do 2 a day. It's no big challenge. You know, it shouldn't be too hard to come up with 2 ideas in 24 hours that I can record 2 videos on. And then, if I ask myself, how can I be sure that I do these videos every day? Well, if I do them first thing in the morning, just as soon as I get up, get out, take the dog for a walk, those 2 pieces of content are done. So no matter what happens, if my day goes badly, if I don't have the time later on to do it, at least they're done and in the can. So that is how I use the how can I question to my benefit. I had asked myself, how can I? And again, as I said, when you do ask your brain a question like that, it will go out and it will give you an answer. Your brain loves nothing more than giving you answers to questions. And if it doesn't have the answer to that question, it will try its best. It will scour whatever memories it has, or it will remember some book you had read months and maybe years ago, and it'll find that piece of text, or it will show you something that you need to look at to get the answer to that question. So if you are doubting yourself that you can do something, and if you are, as I said at the start, building everybody up, saying that everybody else is more skilled than you are, more talent than you are, have a bigger audience than you have. You could look at that, and that may be true right now, but that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to help you write your book. It's not going to help you build your website. It's not going to help you write your blog pieces or do your videos or whatever it is you were going to do by asking yourself that question or looking on the negative side of it. So instead, ask yourself this week, how can I become that great writer? How can I become that great blogger? How can I come up with content ideas on a regular basis? How can I make sure that I get my work done every day? How can I? Keep asking yourself that question, and if you don't get the answer to it straight away, one of the best things you can do is have an iPhone in your pocket or some kind of way of recording your answer, because sometimes you will get this, the answer at the strangest time. Again, even carrying a piece of paper in your pocket, because you may be out walking, you may be shopping, you might even be in the shower some morning, or you might wake up in the middle of the night with a solution to that answer. So even though you mightn't get the answer to that question straight away, don't give up hope. Keep asking your mind over and over again. Don't let your brain off the hook. Keep asking it, how can I? And if you would like maybe an idea on where to go, have a look at other people that you admire. Have they left some breadcrumbs behind them? Have they left maybe autobiographies? Do they have training courses? Do they have video courses? Do they have some content on YouTube maybe that you could watch, where you could find out a little bit more about them, the routines, or whatever it is that they have done to make them great? So ask yourself that question, how can I, this week, rather than looking on the negative questions, the negative answers that your brain is giving you up right now, because they're not going to get you anywhere. So if you enjoyed this video, you'll find a lot more on the Writecom site. That's WRITECOME.com. And if you'd like to know more about me, again, you'll find all my content over there on that site. So as always, I hope I have, started something positive in your head today. And if I have, why not reach out? You can email me at barryjmcdonald@gmail.com. That's my personal email if you'd like to ask me a question, or if you'd like to ask me maybe to cover some topic in an upcoming video. That's no problem. So as always, thanks for sharing your time with me again today, and take care and have a great day. Bye bye.